Welcome to the first belated official episode of Data Wednesday on Sorare TV. This Wednesday we are diving into the annals of Sorare Data, and we are building our Sorare Data 11, and we're building our private league for the Sorare Data Community World League competition, our 11-a-sides. The reason we do this on Sorare Data on a Wednesday is I love to start to look into the game week through that different lens of just looking at who are my best cards in every position without thinking about what scarcity they are or what division I can play them in. Because I'm in the Community World League, I can throw limiteds into the mix as well, which is always really interesting. And then when I go into the data leagues, the actual native one on Sorare Data, there's no limiteds allowed, and it's all about the big boys in the big leagues and who are the big cards I'm looking at for the game week itself. Let me know in the comment section down below what you're doing on Sorare Data today, whether you're hunting for players or whether you're building your lineups in Lineup Builder, whatever it is you're up to. I hope you enjoy this one, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share and retweet, all that good stuff. Stay out of trouble, and let's get stuck into it. Now, unfortunately, in the last game week, I was away from home again, and I was defeated quite convincingly, it must be said, by Morts. So, FC Barcelona, that's the name of my club, we are on the road again. 3 away games in a row. This time it's Penguins in Paradise, a wee bit of Pip action. So, we're building our team to be playing it off against Pip. Now, I might come back to this before the deadline, but I always like to build it nice and early in the game week on a Wednesday, like I'm doing just now with yous, and thinking about, as I get to the weekend, do I have any missing spots? Do I have any obvious power players? Now, when it comes to the goalkeeper, I always like to think right early in the game week exactly who is my best keeper. Now, I do have limiteds thrown in here as well, and I do actually fancy the look of the Muric here. I think I'm going to go with a solid back three here, a Greg Taylor, Cameron Carter-Vickers and Taylor Harwood-Bellis. I've got 4 midfielders here that are all at home, and you know they've all got decisive capabilities. Maybe a little bit less so with Key and Kalmak here, but I think law of averages, you know, Key Sung Young is playing bottom of the league Sonyam, and McGregor is in really good form this season. Had a quiet game last weekend, but home to Hearts, who are playing midweek qualifiers and whatever, they should be rotated, and I think it'll be a really great victory for Celtic. So I think this midfield offers me a lot of stability. I don't expect any of them to drop below like 55, 58, but I think they've all got the potential to break 70. And then I have to go with the Celtic front three, don't I? I tried to be a bit cute last time and mix it up a bit, and it definitely backfired. I actually just realised I want to play Rio Hatate. I think he's going to play this week, so I've played him as a midfielder card, and I've put Key to the bench. And along with Giakoumakis, Mulgrew and Joe Hart, I think this looks like a good solid bench as well. Hopefully we won't need any of them, and this is the team I'm provisionally going to be rolling out for the Sorare Data World Community League Division 2 for my away game against Pip. Now, when you hit on the play button here and you scroll down to Sorare Data Leagues and Sorare Data Cups, you'll see all the competitions are actually native and open to the public to play on Sorare Data itself. As you can see, some of them are set by divisions or regions, different scarcities. Feel free to check that out in your own time. But the one I always check out, Sorare Data Leagues, and it's just the primary one. This Sorare Manager League that I've been stuck in for 43 game weeks that I just can't get out of it. Gator Guy, Matty Boy, these guys are all running away from it. I'm on 1570 points. I cannot break out of this division. And hopefully, we won last week, so that was good. Hopefully we can build a win this week, and maybe I can get out of this semi-pro manager status and maybe make it professional. I don't know. We'll see what happens. At FC Barcelona, as you've seen, we always go 3-4-3. The reason for that, if it's the first time tuning into any of the content, is by the end of this, what I always end up with is my 3 best defenders, my 4 best midfielders, and my 3 best forwards. When I then go into SO5 later on in the week, I'll try and keep those combinations in my mind and try and emphasise that the best mids play with the best defenders, etc. in the effort of pulling out a winning team based on the best players and not worried about scarcities and XP levels and all that kind of stuff. Now, for this competition, this actually could have been a Celtic defence if we signed Taylor Harwood-Bellis, but you know, there's no limiteds allowed, so I'm then looking at Rio. Again, I think he's going to play. I think he's going to have a big match day, and I'll play him in defence as maybe a bit of a cheat code card. I think between the 4 of these guys, they could be an absolute stomping defensive line in any rare pro competition. And what this continues to do is show me how feeble, how weak my club is currently in midfield. And FC Barcelona, my club, for the majority of the time we've been on the platform, midfield strength is what has separated us from the leaderboards. And now the defence has never been so, the midfield has never been so weak. Granted, the forward areas and uniques and super rares and whatever have never been stronger, but rare mid in particular is a real point of weakness. In terms of midfield, this is really as good as it gets for me. Now, Marcos Llorente and McGregor, I'm also huge fans of. of, and Morgan's been a club legend, and Key's been okay, but I don't have, especially when I move away from limiteds, the big hitters, and I'm reminded of this on a weekly basis at the moment. And then I've got to go with the Celtic front three again, don't I? And then that looks like a nice bench as well, doesn't it? Not too shabby. So if you caught yesterday's edition of Budget Builder, you'll have heard me say the new meta and all the kind of new stuff that I'm thinking about for the 22-23 season. And by going through Mega Tuesday, by going through Data Wednesday, all these little processes I put myself through, I'm trying to always make sure that my team is as robust and as round as possible. So when I go into the weekends, I'm kind of aware of what I'm lacking and what my real probabilities of doing well actually are. And I am frighteningly low on midfield as it's recurring for me as it seems at the moment. And because I do feel the onus on double defence is going to play a big part in the change on the Sorare leaderboards over the next couple of months, I do really feel that I need to get an extra midfield or two and to really bolster my ranks and just make sure I feel a bit more settled and a bit more robust. When you're using Sorare data, when you do the World Leagues, when you do the Cups, what does it help you do with your gallery? What does it help you do with your lineups or your forward planning? Let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Data Wednesday. Like, subscribe, share, retweet. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.